What's going on, guys? UpperNimbus here, and welcome to a new collaboration on the channel. So in today's video, I've got 11 guests on the channel to help me decide on what the best summer JRPGs are for, well, the summertime. Let's get into the first guest and hear what he has to say. ErekLadd, take it away, my man.
Hey everybody, Eric here. Thank you so much to UpperNimbus for asking me to come on today and chat about perfect JRPGs in summertime. Well, it's currently 1 degree Celsius here in Australia, so I am freezing, but hey, no better time to chat about summertime games than right now. So my perfect JRPG for summertime is a game that I actually played in summer of 2022 here in Australia, and I really loved it, and it was an amazing experience, and I highly recommend it to you, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles is often hailed as one of the greatest JRPGs of all time. The engaging storyline, the amazing characters, the amazing music, there's so much to get into with this game. Xenoblade Chronicles is set in a vast and beautifully designed world that invites players to explore diverse environments of like the Bionis, which is where everybody lives, and then there's the Mechaonis, which is the world of the machines, and there's this line drawn in the sand more or less that separates those two beings. It's a really great story. All the characters in Xenoblade Chronicles are really complex and well developed. Everybody's got a really great backstory and a really great growth arc, and I love the combat system as well. There's so much blend between strategic elements and real-time action. It's almost like a MMO battle system, so the battles are super dynamic and super engaging, and there's a lot to upgrade and customize as well with the battle system. It's awesome. The soundtrack is amazing as well. It really enhances the emotional depth and the epic moments of the game, whether it's the battle music or some of the music that plays during scenes that will make you cry, because yes, this is a game that will also make you cry. And yes, the voice acting as well, super engaging. It's really going to throw you into that story and make you feel like you're part of that world. So with a game that takes like 50 to 70 hours to beat the main story, and then if you're a completionist, you can take up to like 130 to 150 hours. This is the perfect game for a long stretch of time during a summer break. Trust me, I know, because I've done that. So with the amazing music, the great characters, the themes of growth, journey, and discovery, the combat is fun, the graphics are really great if you're playing the Nintendo Switch version. It's very accessible, so hey, go out and get it. I think it's a perfect summertime JRPG. That's my pick, and I'm sticking to it. So thank you so much, UpperNimbus, for having me on today to chat about summertime games while it's freezing in here. Anyway, back to you.
Speaking of ErekLadd, he's actually provided today's background music for every guest segment in this collaboration. That's right, Eric has a YouTube channel called Retro Game Remix, where he does different remixes and covers of iconic video game music. So I hope everybody enjoys listening to ErekLadd's Retro Game Remix covers within this video. So stay tuned and let's move on to the next guest.
Hello everyone, my name is Fedro from cozyfeji here on YouTube, and I just want to thank UpperNimbus for allowing me to take part in this collaboration. So when I think of a JRPG that I think is so fitting for summer, there's such a plenty to pick from, but I think one that might be slept on and kind of overlooked is Persona 5 Strikers. The action role-playing game Persona 5 Strikers is considered as a direct sequel of the base game of Persona 5. During their summer road trip throughout Japan, the Phantom Thieves are reunited for a fun-filled summer vacation. However, along the way, they get sucked into a new supernatural mystery involving corrupted people in different cities. They come upon Emma, a digital assistant that is being used to control people's desires and create havoc. The group teams up with the new allies to take on this new menace, free the hearts of those impacted, and bring about order, including a police officer named Zenkichi and a mysterious AI dubbed as Sophia. The gameplay bends the iconic style of the series with exciting new concepts, combining real-time action combat with strategic components from the original game. Now I think Persona 5 Strikers is a great JRPG to play in the summertime. Heck, you're literally playing alongside with our great Phantom Thieves friends as they travel around Japan on their summer vacation. This includes barbecues, camping, beach days, all the summertime works. So I think it's such a fitting game to play while you're on summer vacation yourself. Again, thank you so much, UpperNimbus, for allowing me to take part in this awesome collab.
Hi there, everybody. This is davidvinc, and what a fun topic this is. Games that are summer-themed to remind us of summer, and I've got quite a doozy for you. I'm going to bring you all the way back in time, back to 1992, whenever I was on summer vacation. And my birthday is in late May, so I always kind of got a birthday gift of a video game just in time for summer break, and that year in 1992, I picked up Illusion of Gaia. And this always reminds me of like that summer in middle school, whenever I played the game on rainy days, whenever I couldn't go outside with my friends. But here in the game, I could go adventuring with my friends. I could go on adventures that I've always wanted to do or take all around the world, but I couldn't because I was stuck in the boonies of North Georgia mountains, but video games were my outlet. Here you play as Will, armed with just your flute and your telekinetic powers and maybe your ability to transform into a knight and kick ass and take names. But you go around the world battling little baddies and everything else with your friends and a princess and a pig that you just happen to meet along the way. It's a whole lot of fun. You're going to be going to real-world locations like Angkor Wat, the Great Wall of China, the Pyramids of Giza, or some fantastical locations like Mu or Atlantis. You never know where you're going to go. It is such a fun journey, a journey that you won't forget. And it's actually part of a trilogy. It's the middle of a trilogy. It's called the Heaven and Earth trilogy by Quintet that starts with Soul Blazer and ends with Terra Enigma. This is the middle one of those, and it is just so much fun. It's an action RPG where you power up, you play around with like Zelda sort of mechanics and all that, puzzle solving. It is great, and every time that I play it, it reminds me all about summer. Thank you so much, UpperNimbus, for having me, and I hope to see all of you guys over on my channel, davidvinc. Have a good day.
Hello, John aka Chickenfillets here, and thank you to the one and only UpperNimbus for having me on this collaboration talking about, well, summertime JRPGs. Now for me, who lives in Scotland, well, we pretty much only get 2 days of sunshine, and then the rest of the time is just rain. Yeah. So for me to get my summertime fill, I go on my JRPG adventures in fantastic sunny locations. Now what a way to spend a summer with a JRPG than going on a road trip with everyone's favourite Final Fantasy boy band. Yes, we are talking about Final Fantasy 15. In Final Fantasy 15, we will be following our companions Noctis, Prompto, Ignis and Gladio, the Dream Team, on their adventures to try and defeat the Niflheim Empire. We will be following our boy band through the land of Eos with our regalia, the car that we travel across this country. We'll camp out, we'll stay in hotels, but this is a story about bonds. For me, this is a fantastic summertime JRPG because you're going on a camping trip with friends. You're going on a road trip with friends. Now, the team of Noctis, Gladio, Prompto and Ignis are a fantastic team, and they really show their true friendship on this journey. Now not only can you play this on PlayStation, on Xbox, but you can also play this on the PC. Now if you're a lucky person who has a Steam Deck and you're going on holiday, you can take your Final Fantasy 15 on the go as it is Steam Deck verified. And I can tell you with experience, it is awesome on the Steam Deck. For all its flaws that Final Fantasy 15 may have, Final Fantasy 15 is a utter banger of a title, and I'll hear no bad words about my lovely Final Fantasy 15. But the important question here is, well, what is an actual summertime JRPG that you should be playing? Well, let myself and UpperNimbus know down in the comments down below. Now, of course, thank you once again for UpperNimbus for having me on, and until next time, tatty bye.
John coming in strong with Final Fantasy 15, a perfect JRPG for a summertime adventure. Traveling with your friends, going on a road trip, it is definitely something that you should enjoy during the summertime. And also, as a side note, yeah, that's right, I still haven't played a Final Fantasy game.
Get played, man!
But maybe at some point in the future, that will definitely have to change. Anyway, let's continue with the collaboration and find out what the next set of guests are going to be choosing for their JRPG summer choice.
What's up everyone, I'm Luca from feiitogaming, and sometimes I just don't want to go outside. You know, it's too bright, too many people, too hot, and the thought of rotting in darkness at home is kind of cozy. So that I don't have to miss out on the feeling of summer, I play Monster Hunter Stories 2. Unlike the main series, Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a proper JRPG, and one I absolutely fell in love with. The story is about your self-created rider who, by chance, gets their hands on a cursed and potentially dangerous monster egg. Your task is to uncover the mystery behind that, because maybe it's not all that evil. One thing that is indeed pretty evil is the main gameplay loop, but it's so damn fun. You sneak into monster dens, steal their eggs, let them hatch, and then force these monsters to fight each other. Not nice, but who cares? The combat system is so beautifully simple but deep at the same time because there's so much you can do. The foundation is a satisfying rock, paper, scissors system that gets pretty dynamic whenever enemies switch their types in combat. Also, just like in the main series, you can break parts of the enemy's body, which allows for even higher damage numbers. Then there are kinship attacks, monster rage, weapon weaknesses, and so much more. Overall, the whole gameplay loop is brilliant and so much fun. There are multiple reasons why I think Monster Hunter Stories 2 is the perfect game for the summer. First of all, the setting. The game begins in this beautiful summer beach area, and a lot of the other areas have a similar summer vibe. So that way you can experience summer without even raising your blinds. Another reason is that this is the perfect game for in between all the times you actually want to step inside the house. That's because many of the things you can do don't take too long to complete. Like a monster dam takes around 10 minutes from start to finish. Overall, Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a pretty casual game, so it's easy to pick this up even if you forgot to take your Switch on a vacation trip. Seriously, go play Monster Hunter Stories 2, it's so freaking good. Thanks so much for having me, UpperNimbus. It's always fun to talk about this underrated spin-off. Alright guys, I hope you have a great summer, and I'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, it's femtrooper, and thank you UpperNimbus for having me on this collab today to talk about the most perfect summer JRPG. So of course, I've chosen Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth. I mean, is there truly a better summer JRPG? The game takes place in Honolulu in Hawaii, and everyone is wearing beach shirts and flip-flops and shorts and driving segways and visiting the beach. Like, the game is the most tropical summer thing ever. It's perfect. I love it. If you haven't played the first game, you do have to play the first one, and that is Yakuza Like a Dragon. But it is amazing, so definitely play that so you can get to this game, because I actually enjoyed Infinite Wealth more than the first one. It's perfect. It's got a really great heartwarming story. Ichiban is looking for his mom. I won't really say too much else because it kind of spoils stuff, but it's a really, really good story that you're definitely invested in. And you get all the characters from the first game, plus a bunch of new characters that he meets in Hawaii, and they are fantastic. Like, these games do character development, like, perfectly. It's amazing. It's just such a good time. It's great turn-based combat. It's incredibly goofy, but also so serious and heartbreaking. You're gonna be laughing out loud. Like, it's everything, this game. One amazing thing about this game is that if you love the Yakuza series, 50% of this game you're playing as Kiryu, and 50% of this game you're playing as Ichiban. So it's kind of the best of both worlds here. I think they're two of the best video game protagonists ever. So the fact that we got to be both of them in this game was just phenomenal. Like, mwah. There are parts of this game where you are on boats, you're fighting incredibly strange enemies that I won't say because it's kind of a spoiler, but holy smokes, the battles in this game are outrageous. The characters in this game are outrageous. Everything is over the top. It's almost like soap opera times 100, but it's hilarious, and it is actually a very traditional JRPG that's turn-based. Please check out this game. It is everything that summer is and more. It's amazing, and I'm just really excited to be part of this collab. So thank you again, UpperNimbus, for having me on, and I hope to see you guys at my channel.
Hello everyone, HellFireRPGs here. Thanks for having me on, UpperNimbus. To start things off, I'd just like to say that I hope everyone out there is enjoying their summer. The beach, the sun, the aircon, the beers. What a time to be alive. Meanwhile, I'm freezing my ass off in Australia, but you guys do you. Enjoy yourselves. I'll just close my eyes in the rain and imagine myself playing what is the perfect RPG for the summertime. I am going with Final Fantasy X. There is a massive focus on water here. Let's start with the setting. The locations are stunning and many have a tropical feel to them. Best example here is Besaid Island, which is probably the most beautiful location in the entire game. I would absolutely not be opposed to packing my bags and flying to Besaid to lay on the golden sand, to swim in the clear blue waters, and just to chill with the laid back locals. Then there's Kilika, which has most of its structures built on top of the ocean, and Macalania Forest, where watery fun times happened. Again, the perfect places to go for a summer holiday. But locations aside, the world of Spira also features what is the ultimate water sport that is perfect for summer: Blitzball. The fact that Square created their own sport as a minigame was just awesome. Watching that opening cinematic sequence for the first time with the intense Blitzball match and then Sin destroying the city just blew my mind when I was a kid, and to be honest, it still kind of does. I also think Blitzball is one of the best minigames ever made, especially for its time. If I could hold my breath longer than 30 seconds, I would definitely take up Blitzball in the summer. To finish things off, there are also many plot points that revolve around water. Sin, one of the main antagonists, is basically a giant whale that wreaks havoc Free Willy style with laser beams. Some of the dungeons also require underwater swimming, and this is quite rare in JRPGs, but I thought it was a nice addition. Long story short, I'm going to Spira, and I hope to see you over on my channel.
Now, I do apologise to both HellFireRPGs and ErekLadd for dragging them into this summertime collaboration, since, well, they're based in Australia like myself, and I guess the three of us can suffer together.
How dare you, Nimbus?
So let's move on to the next set of guests within this collaboration, because I'm really curious to know what their choices are for summertime JRPGs.
Hi guys, it's Mandy from MandyleePlays, and first I would like to thank UpperNimbus for having me on this collab and letting me share with you guys the perfect RPG summer game. Now my choice is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Now this goes for the original GBA copy or the 3DS remake. I picked this game because it is very bright and it has a lot of summer vibes, and not only that, it is very lighthearted. Superstar Saga is renowned for its humor and whimsical storytelling. The narrative is filled with playful banter, clever puns, and absurd situations that keep me smiling from ear to ear. The comical interactions between Mario and Luigi are just insane and very, very funny. And in my opinion, laughter is nature's medicine. Moreover, Superstar Saga boasts a vibrant, bright color scheme that invokes a lot of summertime feels. The main one is Garther Lagoon, which is known for its tropical setting with the traditional palm trees and sandy beaches. And there's also a minigame where you could actually surf, and that doesn't get more beachy than that. But I didn't just pick this game for the environment. No, it does have a lot of things that evoke summertime. It's very vivid and a feast for the eyes, whether you're playing the GBA game or the 3DS port. Additionally, the gameplay mechanics is what makes this game very accessible and engaging. It is really, really fun, allowing players to take their time strategizing without being rushed. Like, who wants to be rushed on a hot summer day? Nobody does. I don't. This gameplay is a lot like the whole setting of the game. It's very chill, relaxing, and fun. And even though this is a turn-based RPG, it is not at all boring. It is very dynamic, and it has the players hooked on from beginning to end. More so because these battles make you really have precise timing and coordination. Though it is nothing too crazy. If this game is something, it is very relaxing. Overall, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga is ideal for a JRPG summertime gaming experience. With its laid-back gameplay and humorous storytelling, when the elements come together, it makes for a very fantastic summertime game. Whether you're a longtime fan of the Mario franchise or a newcomer, this game is really accessible. And I guarantee that this game will be a delightful adventure through and through. And plus, with Brothership coming this year, it is a good time to try the Mario & Luigi series if you haven't. I want to thank Nimbus for having me on, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your summer. Peace.
What up guys, it is me, mechaotakugamer here, and thank you to UpperNimbus for inviting me on this collab. I really appreciate it. Now, when UpperNimbus asked me what JRPG best represents summer, I immediately thought of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, but then I'm like, wait, that's one of the most obvious answers of most recent memories. And then I'm like, oh wait, one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2 is Star Ocean Till the End of Time. And that game starts off where the main character, Fate Line God, and his parents and his childhood friend Sophia is on a summer vacation on this beautiful beach resort planet, and then eventually crap hits the fan. There's an alien invasion, everybody is evacuating, he gets mixed up and lost his parents, and him and Sophia tried to get onto this Galactic Federation ship that would get them to safety, and Fate gets into this escape pod that winds up crash landing on this medieval underdeveloped planet, and then he gets wrapped up in some events there and then gets saved by an anti-Federation group named Quark, and one of its members, Cliff, rescues Fate and is like, my leader wants to meet with you, and then they go to try and meet up with the leader of Quark, and then they wind up on another underdeveloped planet where they get wrapped up in a war between two nations. Now, Star Ocean 3 is an action RPG on the PlayStation 2, and it was released in North America somewhere between 2002 and 2003. I want to say 2003, I'm like 90% sure on that. And it's one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2. It has a really fun, addicting, real-time combat system, diverse, huge story with plenty of plot twists, and has some of my favorite cast of characters, and I really love some of the vibes that this game gives off. And thank you to UpperNimbus for inviting me on this collab. Please check out some of the other videos he has, and check out my channel if you like JRPGs. Peace.
Hey, it's Emily from Orbalology, and whenever I think of the perfect summertime JRPG, I always think back to games that are bright and colorful, are very lighthearted, with wonderful, quirky characters, and have a lot of great explorative elements that kind of lend itself to a grand adventure. So one of the series that I think fits this to the T is the Atelier Ryza series. The Atelier series, I think, encompasses all of these elements and more, and I think does a really good job at showcasing a lot of friendships, especially through a lot of the interactive elements they have with the various characters throughout all their games. But I really loved the cast in the Atelier Ryza games in particular. I think Ryza herself is just so lighthearted and fun, and she's always so eager to go on an adventure. And she invites her friends along with her to get off of the island that they grew up on and kind of see what the outside world looks like. All three of these games are wonderful, and I do think they build upon themselves, but I think out of all these games, I have the most kind of summertime feels, especially with the third game. In this game, the world totally opens up, and there's so many nooks and crannies that you can explore in, and so many different side quests to kind of meander with, so you don't have to kind of go just for the straight plot and take your time with it and really get to know kind of all the different side characters and environments around you. The Atelier games also have a heavy emphasis on alchemy, so whenever you're going out on your adventures and exploring different regions, you will need to gather various items that you pick up off the ground or through fighting various enemies that you could bring back with you to your atelier and craft various items and weapon upgrades. I find this flow of going out and gathering items and then bringing them back to your atelier to kind of work with and play around with the alchemy system a lot of fun. And so much of this also brings me back to nostalgic feelings of summertime when I was a kid and would go out camping and go exploring and different woods and the beach and just have a lot of fun just being outdoors. The Atelier games are fantastic, and I highly recommend them for anyone who's looking for a summertime JRPG. Kind of fills in the void of something that's both comforting and relaxing, but also adventurous at the same time.
The Atelier Ryza series is yet another awesome set of JRPGs which are perfect for that springtime and summertime time of the year. Emily from Orbalology, thank you so much for that segment of yours. I really enjoyed it, and I also hope that everybody else gives Atelier Ryza a chance. Let's continue to the final guest within this video. I'd like to give it up to retrobrandon.
Hey everyone, retrobrandon here, and the game that I think would be perfect to play for summer is Chrono Cross. Gotta go retro, you know? It's in the name. And I have to admit, this is mainly due to the environment, the music, and the nostalgia. I actually never beat this game on the PlayStation, and I've tried so many times, but I heard the music well before I actually played the game, and it was always at the top of my list. This is a 10 out of 10 soundtrack. Yasunori Mitsuda is a genius. Nimbus, I hope you got some of that sweet background music playing, right? This soundtrack seriously is one of the best of the PlayStation era, and I, of course, discovered it and listened to it during summer. Now, whenever I did jump into this game and try to get through it again, I'd absolutely fall in love with the setting and the archipelago of El Nido, filled with beach towns and islands, ruins, and these giant boats filled with some 90s glam rock characters that you can recruit, not to mention the other 44 characters you can also recruit. While this game is an odd follow-up to Chrono Trigger, on its own, it is an experience experience. So much of an experience that I'm still not sure my peanut brain fully comprehended what the heck happened with the story. I got the broad strokes, but storytelling was a different animal when this came out. The wild thing though, as cheesy as this sounds, I felt this story in a way that very few games can make me feel these days. The emotional notes hit really hard, literally, if you get the best ending. While this game may not be for everyone, for anyone who loves to dive into some retro RPGs, this is a must play, especially during summertime. Go out, get some sun, go to the pool or the beach, and play Chrono Cross. Oh, and I did finally beat it on the Switch, and I even recommend this version. Don't listen to the haters. It's a flippin' turn-based RPG. 30 FPS was fine, and they even fixed it. Anyway, thanks for having me on, Nimbus. Enjoy your summer, everyone. And if you'd like to see me go on about some other classics, go check out retrobrandon and subscribe. See you over there.
That was every guest segment within this video, but we're not done just yet because we do have one more clip to talk about, and that is my choice, so stay tuned for that. Now, Ysate Lacrimosa of Dana is definitely a perfect JRPG for the summertime. The game is literally set on a tropical island. It takes place on the Isle of Seirin, and you take control of Adol Kristen, the main character of the East series. So basically, how do we get to this island in the first place? Well, it is pretty straightforward. Both Adol and Dogi are traveling on a ship, and there's all these other crewmates and passengers on board, and all of a sudden they get attacked from the Kraken essentially. And the entire ship just goes down and they all become deserted and shipwrecked on the Isle of Seirin. Now little does Adol know that this island contains many secrets and wonders that have been locked away from society for an incredibly long time. The Isle of Seirin is not only a tropical location, but also it's an incredibly surreal and wondrous landscape. So the moment that you set foot on the Isle of Seirin, your eardrums are greeted to one of the most banging awesome tracks of all time, Sunshine Coastline. Sunshine Coastline boasts really powerful, big, happy rock type of music, and it captures the essence and emotion of a big grand adventure through the summertime. From the setting of the Isle of Seirin to music tracks such as Sunshine Coastline, and the overall aesthetic of the game itself makes Ysate Lacrimosa of Dana one of the most perfect and ideal JRPGs to play in the summertime. The Isle of Seirin has so much to offer and is the perfect place I would love to go to for a summer holiday. Just make sure you don't get your head bitten off from friggin' dinosaurs. So there you have it, everyone. Those are 12 JRPGs which were perfect for the summertime. This collaboration would have not been possible if it weren't for you guys jumping on board and sending through your segments. So thank you once again. Please go subscribe to everybody, check out all the channels, check out their content. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my summer holiday and play some awesome JRPGs. I will catch everybody until the next video. UpperNimbus is signing off.